Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I am Rick and this is Directed Tech. So today we're going to do a quick little review on this Toolour 2-in-1 soldering station kit. No scripts, nothing fancy. We're just going to do a quick unboxing. We're going to plug this thing in and I'm going to give you my thoughts on this unit. It was sent to me for review, so no money has exchanged hands, and they don't get to have any input on what I have to say about this unit. So let's see what's in the box. All right, let's see, what do you get in this kit? Well, we have the Hot Air Rework Gun. We have the 2-in-1 soldering station. We have 3 hot air nozzles. We have the soldering iron stand. We have the soldering iron. We also have a desoldering pump. This one is actually nicer than the one that I currently own. It's nice and squishy. We also have a set of wire cutters. We've got the solder itself, rosin core solder. We have 2 sets of precision tweezers, and these things are mighty sharp. We also have a mini screwdriver. This was useful in putting the mount on the side over there for the Hot Air Rework Gun. Here we have an IC extractor, and then there are 5 soldering tips in different sizes and shapes. Also, you have one that is already installed on the soldering iron. All right, let's take a look at some of the operational features of this device. Let me switch cameras here. And on the left side, we have the controls for the Hot Air Rework Gun, and then on the right side, we have the controls for the soldering iron. We'll start over here on the left. So this will turn the Hot Air Rework Gun on and off. You have your temperature controls right here, up or plus and minus. So you can set your temp, and then you have your fan speed. So if you hold it down, it'll go quite quickly. And one of the cool features about this is when the gun is in the holster or the holder, whatever you want to call it, and it's kind of horizontal like that, it goes into sleep. And then when you pick it up, you can see it turns on and it's going to heat. And this one does actually heat very quickly. They say it'll heat in 25 seconds. So we're already at 320 degrees Celsius. I can turn up the fan speed and you'll hear it increase, or I can decrease it. And of course I can change my temperature to whatever I need it to be, and then it will adjust from there. So it's going to drop and then it'll start increasing again. And now we're at our set temperature. And if I put this back, lay it down, it'll go into sleep mode. It's actually cooling off. This is great. I have a different rework station that I bought years and years and years ago, and it's just constantly blowing hot air until you turn it off. But this sleep feature is kind of neat. And then when you turn it off, it's going to continue running the fan for a little while because you want to cool down that internal element. So that's going to continue. And not a whole lot to say over here on the soldering iron station side of things. We can turn it on and we set our temperature. Now I did notice that this is a little bit slower. Again, they claim 25 seconds. It looked like it took about 45 to 50 seconds to get up to 350 degrees. The claimed temperatures for this, we are looking at up to 500 degrees Celsius, which is 932 degrees Fahrenheit. For the high, a low of 150 degrees C or 302 Fahrenheit. And then on the soldering iron station, which is a 60-watt iron, it goes from 180 to 500 degrees Celsius, which is 356 Fahrenheit to 932. So there you have it. And you can see it's up to temperature now. And of course, we can turn it off from there. So those are the main features of the unit. I'm going to be using this over the next week or two, and I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. Now, some of you may be wondering, why in the world would I need a rework station? Well, It's 2025 and there are fewer and fewer things that use through-hole components. So it's often, if you need to do any kind of repair, upgrade, tinkering, whatever the case may be, you might have to deal with surface mount components. So I'm just going to do a quick little demonstration, and this is what you see here is a microscope, video microscope. So I'm going to record this so you can see what the Hot Air Rework Station is doing. Here's another quick use for this soldering station. I've been working on some repairs to my pool, and I had this little wiring harness that's got some degradation, so I am making a repair, and that is working just fine. So we've got that, and one of the benefits of a two-in-one system like this, where you have your Hot Air Rework Station, is that when you are doing something like this and you want to put some heat shrink tubing on a repaired area, you've got your hot air right there. Fun fact, so old, I used to work at Radio Shack way back in the 90s, but so take our rework gun and we can shrink our heat shrink tubing all in one, and I don't have to risk, burning anything like you would if you were using a lighter. So that just makes things nice and convenient, and I love this feature where that gun goes to sleep when you put it down. All right, now that I've had some time to run this thing through its paces, let me give you my final thoughts. We will start with my small list here of pros and cons. So some pros: it's small, it's compact, it has a pretty competitive price. It's right around between $60 and $70. The last time I checked, there was a 15% discount coupon on Amazon, so check that out. I really do like the sleep function of the Hot Air tool here. I think that is really handy. And then, of course, you got a bunch of accessories here. So, if you're in the market for a soldering station and you need something a little bit beyond the standard soldering iron, then this is going to give you everything you need. My list of cons, just a couple. It is an inexpensive unit. It may not have the longevity and reliability of some of the more established brand names and higher price units, but I mean, you're going to get what you pay for. If you really need a, super heavy duty unit, you're probably going to look somewhere else. But if you're just using this occasionally and you want something that's not going to break the bank, then I think this is going to be fine. The one con, or I guess I should say another con, I would have liked to see a slightly better strain relief here on the hot air gun. You can see it just kind of goes in there and there's a rubber grommet, but as compared to like the soldering iron where you have this nice flexible strain relief. So that is my list of pros and cons, but overall I think, again, for the price, it's going to be hard to beat, and I didn't have any issues whatsoever when I was using this unit. So thank you to Toolour for sending this unit for me to take a look at. I hope you all found this useful. As always, I appreciate the time that we get to spend here together on the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already done that, and hit the notification bell so you know when I drop new content. As always, let's keep on learning, hopefully not burning ourselves, printing and growing together. Take care, everyone.